Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. The Lakers want to be champions urgently, and star Bam Adebayo will be able to help the Lakers both in defense and in attack. If the Heat decide to trade Bam Adebayo this offseason, the Lakers are the favorites to land the former All-Star. Ever since the arrival of Luka Doncic in February, the Lakers have been looking to add size to the team so that they can have a lob threat on the court alongside him. Therefore, they are expected to be interested in trading for former All-Star Bam Adebayo if the Heat decide to trade him this offseason. Bam Adebayo has played in 8 seasons for the Heat, in which he averaged 15.7 points, 8.9 rebounds, and 3.6 assists in 567 regular season games. He was selected to play in 3 All-Star games, 2020, 2023, and 2024. His size and athleticism could be just the right fit alongside Luka Doncic and LeBron James to make the Lakers a potential championship contender next season. Why Heat could consider trading Bam Adebayo? Now, the question here is, why would the Heat want to trade their second-best player? Ever since Bam Adebayo became an All-Star in 2020, the Heat have had 2 trips to the NBA Finals, 3 first-round exits, and 1 trip to the Conference Finals. And while you may say that he has ensured they reach the playoffs every season, the Heat may not be content with doing just that every season. Tyler Herro took a significant leap in his performance last season, especially since the Jimmy Butler trade. The team was initially built around Butler, and he was the key reason the Heat went to the finals twice. With Herro now taking the reins in Miami, it may be time for the Heat to evaluate whether Adebayo is worth the max contract extension he recently signed with them. He is expected to earn $37 million in the 2025-26 season, following which his 3-year $166 million extension will kick in, and he could demand as high as $60.2 million in the 2028-29 season. Is a Lakers trade even possible? The second fact to consider is the viability of a potential Lakers trade. What could the Lakers offer in return to convince the Heat to let their franchise cornerstone go? Jovan Buha, the Athletic's former writer for the Lakers, recently went on his podcast and discussed the viability of the Lakers potentially trading for Adebayo. Given their limited assets and financial constraints, Buha believes it is very unlikely that the Lakers go ahead with this move. I think he'd be good next to Luka because they're both All-Star, All-NBA guys, and they're both smart and they can make it work, Buha said. I think Bam is not enough of a lob threat for what the Lakers would want. Defensively, he'd be great because he's a great defender, but I don't know if they could get him. From a trade perspective, I don't really see LA having enough to offer to Miami. He even went on to say that the Lakers could offer Austin Reeves, Dalton Knecht, a 2030 first-round pick swap, and their 2031 first-round pick. But he was not confident that it would be enough to convince Heat. Lakers don't have cap space. They're not projected to have that cap space, and projected to have potentially the non-taxpayer MLE, Buha said. But then they are hard-capped with the first apron, or they can have the taxpayer MLE, and then they can go up to the second apron. There are some ways to work out the cap stuff to get a little bit of space, but not much, and even then it could potentially come down to LeBron James taking a massive pay cut, which I have been on the record saying I'm skeptical of, Buha concluded. LeBron James will have to take a massive pay cut even to make it feasible for the Lakers to make this trade happen. Therefore, in my opinion, while it may be exciting for sports bettors to bet on the Lakers trading for Bam Adebayo, objectively, it does not seem likely that the Lakers will be able to pull off this move. Lakers trade pitch lands $20 million sharpshooter. The Lakers had many issues on both ends of the floor in their postseason loss to the Timberwolves, including their paltry 3-point shooting. In 5 games against Minnesota, Los Angeles shot 35.1% from deep, converting on 13.6 threes per outing from 38.8 attempts. The only player to shoot above 40% from 3, Rui Hachimura, did so mainly because of the lack of defensive pressure from the Timberwolves, who picked their poison by leaving him wide open. Others such as Luka Doncic, 34.8%, LeBron James, 35.7%, Austin Reeves, 31.9%, and Dorian Finney-Smith, 36.8%, all struggled to find their range from deep. In light of their struggles, Fadeaway World proposed a Lakers trade that would see the team acquire veteran sharpshooter Duncan Robinson from the Miami Heat. Lakers would receive Duncan Robinson. Heat would receive Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber, 2025 number 55 overall pick. How Robinson can help Lakers. Robinson, a career 40% shooter from 3, made 2.6 threes per game in the 2024-25 season, and 2.8 shots from deep a year before. His consistent marksmanship would instantly improve the Lakers' floor spacing, providing them with a reliable shooter. Adding Robinson offers the Lakers a floor spacer who excels in LeBron-Luka pick-and-pop actions, and it comes at a low cost if he opts out, wrote Eddie Bitar. While not a two-way force, his off-ball gravity helps reduce paint collapses, freeing up lanes for drives and kickouts. A trade swapping Vincent, Kleber, and a second-rounder could net LA a veteran threat without mortgaging rotational depth. Robinson also has a lot of big-game experience, having played key roles in the Heat's run to the NBA Finals in 2020 and 2023. In 2020, he averaged an impressive 3.0 threes per game from 21 playoff games, while averaging a total of 11.7 points and 1.8 assists. In 2023, he once again proved his worth by draining 2.2 threes in 23 playoff contests. Other Lakers trade options for shooters. With Doncic and James seemingly more comfortable playing next to veteran players, Robinson would fit the bill. Besides Robinson, other three-point shooters the Lakers could target include Luke Kennard, Naz Reid, Gary Trent Jr., Tim Hardaway Jr. and Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Among those names, Kennard and Trent Jr. would likely be the easiest to acquire, given that they're both unrestricted free agents and not expected to command a high salary. Kennard, a perennial catch-and-shoot threat, could potentially thrive next to James and Doncic. Kennard's motion off-ball and high-level shooting would slot neatly next to LA's stars, wrote Bitar. He can stretch the floor in baseline actions, spot up in duels, and serve as a mid-range safety valve when defenses ignore him. If the Lakers land him on a team-friendly deal, Kennard offers steady returns in minutes and efficiency, plus a young veteran vibe that blends well into a competitive mix. Kennard shot an impressive 43.3% from 3 in the 2024-25 season for the Grizzlies, while posting 8.9 points and 3.3 assists per game. The Lakers are expected to use their taxpayer mid-level exception, projected at $5.7 million, to sign either a backup center or a veteran sharpshooter. Trent Jr., who had a good season with the Bucks, is another player who fits the latter criteria. Lakers' biggest need revealed heading into NBA draft. The Los Angeles Lakers can officially start their offseason with the NBA Finals in the rearview mirror. They have to figure out a way to build around Luka Doncic to maximize his skills. After acquiring Doncic this season, the Lakers are going to try to make another run at the championship next year. They believe they have a lot of great players on the roster. Still, they have some pretty glaring needs that came into focus after losing a first-round series against the Timberwolves this season. Defensively, they have to get better. The Lakers have a clear need to upgrade the center position this summer. They might be the team that needs a center the most in order to compete in the playoffs. Los Angeles had to lean on Jackson Hayes as the starting center for the second half of the season after trading Anthony Davis away. While he was serviceable, the Lakers need someone better. The Lakers don't have a lot of cap space to get a new center, however. If they are going to upgrade that center spot, they have to get one via a trade. There are going to be some teams that will be looking to trade some centers, including the Celtics, the Nets, and the Trail Blazers. They need to explore those options in great detail. Los Angeles could look at drafting a center anyway. They still need some options at the center spot to back up whichever guy they bring in to be the starter. The Lakers are a really good team, but they have to get someone who can protect the rim and make up for the defensive mistakes that the backcourt will make. Los Angeles is going to make that a top priority this summer as they look to become a title contender in what is an incredibly competitive Western Conference. A couple of big trades have already happened this offseason. More are going to happen as teams try to navigate the luxury tax rules and both tax aprons. Luka Doncic has been incredibly committed to conditioning this offseason. Luka Doncic came to the Los Angeles Lakers back in February with both shock and excitement. It was one of the craziest trades in the history of sports, breathing life into the Lakers organization and refreshing their chance to be competitive for the next decade. But with the way the Dallas Mavericks spoke about Doncic in the wake of the trade, it also came with question marks. According to rumors surrounding the trade, there was a feeling that Luka was out of shape and not willing to put in the effort to change that. That, combined with the calf strain he has suffered and the lack of elite defense, made Harrison feel that Doncic was not going to be able to keep Dallas competitive consistently. And in Doncic's first few months with the Lakers, conditioning did appear to be an issue. He looked slower than normal when the playoffs came around and was visibly gassed for much of their 5-game series against the Minnesota Timberwolves. But the offseason has shown a different side to Doncic. He appears to be slimmed down, working hard on his body and his conditioning, according to Dan Woik of The Athletic. 2. Doncic has been incredibly committed to his conditioning this offseason. He's dropped significant weight and is working on strict diet and cardio training, according to a source with knowledge of the plan. In a shift from his normal offseason, he spent a month away from on-court work to focus more on his body. Doncic has looked visibly slimmer in photos and is now back working out with Slovenia readying for Eurobasket competition later this summer. The ability to play for the Slovenian national team in any competition is certainly going to be a motivating factor for him, but it's possible that there is a revenge element at play with Dallas. It probably wasn't easy for Doncic to hear the reports coming out of Harrison and that organization after the trade, and it would certainly be fun to prove them wrong in his first full season in LA. Of course, perhaps the plan was always to get in the best shape of his life after missing a large chunk of the 2024-25 season with a calf strain. And what he gave LA after the trade was simply a stopgap to get to the offseason workout program. Lakers LeBron James works out for first time since knee injury. While Lakers star LeBron James has yet to announce it officially, all expectations are that he will be returning for a 23rd season in the NBA and 8th in the purple and gold. Before making it official though, James has been focused on getting his body back to 100% health. Despite turning 40 last December, LeBron had another All-NBA season in which he played 70 games for the Lakers in 2024-25. Unfortunately, on the night LA was eliminated from the playoffs, James suffered a significant knee injury that wound up being diagnosed as a sprained MCL. An injury of that magnitude typically requires at least a couple months of rehab and recovery, and it appears that LeBron is right on schedule. He took to Instagram on Monday to post a video of his first on-court workout just 8 weeks after suffering the injury. NBA sets up Cooper Flagg vs. Bronny James opening showdown for Summer League after format change. The Dallas Mavericks didn't disappoint their fans after selecting Duke's Cooper Flagg with the number 1 overall pick in the 2025 NBA Draft. Drafting Cooper Flagg was an easy choice and earns the Dallas Mavericks an A+ grade in the 2025 NBA Draft. While Flagg has received immense praise before and during draft night, it will be interesting to see how his skills translate to the NBA. Well, fortunately, fans won't have to wait too long to see Flagg in action for the Mavs. Cooper Flagg's first game will be against Bronny James. Before making his official NBA debut, the Mavs' number 1 overall pick will feature in the NBA Summer League. Often, the top pick is matched up against the second overall pick. In this case, that would have been San Antonio Spurs star Dylan Harper. However, the NBA has made a slight change to the format this year as Flagg's Mavs will take on Bronny James and the Los Angeles Lakers during the Summer League opener. 3 hours ago. While there's no doubt that Bronny has immense popularity, it's certainly a bold choice to pitch him against Flagg. After all, James Jr. was the 55th overall pick in the 2024 NBA Draft. On top of that, he finished his rookie year by averaging just 2.3 points, 0.7 rebounds, and 0.8 assists per game for the Lakers. Unsurprisingly, the second matchup of the Summer League will be between Harper's Spurs and VJ Edgecombe's Philadelphia 76ers. There's a chance that Bronny's father, LeBron James, will be in attendance for the Mavs vs. Lakers clash in the NBA Summer League. All eyes will be on LeBron after his interesting comments on Flagg. The King stated that Flagg has a privilege that he didn't have when getting drafted into the league in 2003. Aside from that, another key storyline will be how well Bronny plays versus Flagg. After all, it could lead to James Jr. earning rotation minutes next season. Bronny did show decent form in the G League last season, including a career-high 39-point explosion. Now the onus is upon him to show how much he has improved his game over the summer.